Hi guys, welcome to Kengandi, number one stop YouTube channel for everything that is entertainment, real estate, restaurant reviews, and so many other videos that you can actually benefit from. Now, I do hope that you are safe and fine wherever it is you are, because 2020 has been a funny and weird year, but you know what? We are hopeful that you are here with us today. Now, my name is Janita. I'm going to be taking you through today's episode where we are going to be talking about what is happening in Nigeria. Now, this is a bit of a sensitive topic. We didn't know if we should, dive in or do what, but you know what? We are here to open your minds and to talk to you and to let you know about what's happening in other parts of Africa. You can't just see the good side. You also have to know what is on ground and what is happening to the people of the motherland. Okay, now my job here today is to explain what is SARS, why is it hated, and what the protesters want. Now, SARS is a special anti-robbery squad unit of the Nigerian police created to combat violent crimes like kidnapping and robberies, although most Nigerians will describe it as a rogue unit that carries out illegal tortures and executions. Now, let's give you examples of what these SARS. So a police person under that unit, they just call them the SARS. That's like the easy way sort of pronouncing the long term. So what happens is, if you look exotic and you wear the latest shoe, you have the latest phone, and you drive a fancy car, they are going to stop you and frisk you, basically search and see what you have, because they don't believe that young people are capable of making that much money. So in their head, they think if you're that young and you're making that much money, or if you're driving that fancy, even if it's your parents, by the way, they just think you're doing something funny on the internet, or you are a Yahoo boy. So a Yahoo boy stands for cyber fraud, people who do scams on the internet and take your money, the Nigerian princes that take your money. That's what a Yahoo boy stands for. Now, when these SARS look at you and think the possibility of being a Yahoo boy is that they're going to just take you and try and kill you. Basically, if you survive, then that's the grace of God, but the thing is to try and kill you. Now, some people have also explained that they have been taken to the ATM and they make you withdraw all your money and give it to them. Can you imagine? Some people have also told the other people that they took away their phones and their computers and their gadgets and everything. Can you imagine what would happen if you do not have protection over your equipment? Like, the people meant to protect you are the same people just frisking you. They're protecting you from robberies, but like the real robbers. There's a guy called Ogie Oku who was detained after his boss accused him of stealing from work, and they beat up his mother and sister right in front of him, I think to get him to talk. And he was paraded in public as a criminal, suspended upside down, 2 of his teeth pulled out. I could go on and on about so many of these things are happening, but you get the point that these people are the people you don't want to mess with, and it's not fine. The Nigerians say, this is our country, we should be able to feel safe, we should go where we want to go, and we shouldn't have to worry about the police that is meant to protect us. The same people you give your lives to protect are the same people taking away your lives. Now, the Nigerian youth took it upon themselves to go onto the streets of Nigeria and protest, and they had the 5 reforms of EndSARS. They called it the 5 for 5 if you follow the hashtag on Twitter. So I'm going to read out the reforms. Number 1 is release of arrested protesters. Number 2 is justice and compensation for families of victims, because you take away a family's breadwinner, and then how do you expect them to survive? Number 3 is the independent body to oversee prosecution of offences within 10 days. And number 4 is the psychological evaluation of disbanded officers before redeployment, And number 5 is increase of police salaries. So basically, after everything that's happening, the young people were able to also think, maybe let them get paid more, because you can't give a gun to a hungry person, because they'll end up shooting everyone. Now, they went on the streets, and the protests were, they did something, because the Nigerian president decided to dissolve SARS. But the protesters were not happy because they had done that before. So SARS has been dissolved 3 times, okay? Every time there's something, people are like, no, dissolve it. They dissolve it, and then they get the same officers. Just because you take away a name does not mean you take away the actions of the people that have been doing what they've been doing. So they took away the name and then really brought it back again. So the people were tired. They're like, no, you know what? We are tired. You cannot just keep killing us and then you dissolve it and then leave them 5 months or 2 months when everyone has calmed down and then bring it back again, because that is not what happened. So they still went back to the streets. They're like, yes, you've dissolved everything, but they went back to the streets. So on the 20th of October, the protesters were in Lekki. There's a certain state in Nigeria called Lekki where they were protesting, doing it's a toil gate or doing that thing. And then, so in the morning, policemen or some ununiformed guys came and removed the cameras off the tailgates, so they took the cameras away, and protesters were wondering, why would you take cameras away? And then they also removed the lights, okay? So when it gets to nighttime, it was dark. So what happens is the police or the military is one side and the other side, and they're just shooting at protesters in the night because it was dark and there are no lights. We're going to try and insert clips for you so you kind of understand what we're talking about. We don't know if YouTube will allow it, but we're going to try and do that for you guys. So they started shooting. When I tell you this thing was so graphic, they started shooting at the protesters, and do you know what the protesters were doing? They were singing the national anthem of Nigeria. For your country, you're being shot at, they're trying to end your life and everything. You could lose a lot, and people were singing the national anthem. Like, that just goes to show how tired they were, how committed they were to the cause. Because at the end of the day, they're killing their young people. They just look at you and you don't look fine, so they kill you. Anyway, so they started shooting. They were shooting, guys. When I tell you, I watched that video and it was such a dark day. It was a dark cloud everywhere. They were shooting. So 10 and more people died. They died because they were just protesting. They're protesting that they're killing them. The military just goes ahead to kill them. That's what happens when you give a gun to a madman. They will kill everyone because a gun can, kill everyone. So after that, after the Lekki, they call it the Lekki massacre. If you want more information, then you can just look it up. That's what they call it. So, and the next day, they still continued actually shooting. They were beasts, and I think they said if we can do it anywhere, we can do it any other time. They continued shooting in the other states because Nigeria has so many states. So they were all in those states and they were shooting. There's a video where they beat this guy, threw him down, shot him in the leg, and this guy went back, picked the gun, and made sure he finished the job. Like, on video, you get. They were just killing people left and right. They were just shooting. Sometimes the riots I've seen in Uganda, like the protests, they shoot in the air. Those are the mistakes. But most times, they will shoot in the air. But Nigerian policemen are like, no, let's shoot to kill. Let's aim at the heads of these people coming for us. And it was just bloody. It was murder. There's one guy who tweeted, Nigeria will not end me the day before. And then before that day ended, he had a gunshot to his neck. If this is not disturbing, then I don't know what else can be disturbing. Now, in retaliation, the goons or the thugs in Nigeria decided to burn down these things. They decided to burn down TV stations, looting supermarkets. There's something that happened to the Black Lives Matter, that burning, like looting malls and whatnot. It's also kind of what also happened in Nigeria because they were doing the same thing. They burnt down. So now these people were actually looking for politicians and their families. That's why you don't brag when you're in a place of power. They looked for the politicians and their families, and they started to burn down the houses of the politicians and everything. So you know what some politicians did in response to all this? They just left the country. Yeah, they decided to go and have a vacation. they decided to leave the country because they can't stay in the country and whatnot. It's just bizarre. So that's that's what is happening in Nigeria, and I thought I could bring you guys up to speed. So far, that's what is happening, and the response from the politicians isn't the best, because they're claiming that they're claiming that no one was killed. But how can you say no one was killed when there's clear video evidence of the men in uniform and some not in uniform clearly gunning down near citizens, and you're doing nothing about it? Basically, people are tired and are saying Buhari has been a bad boy and they want him out. So yeah, that is what is happening. First of all, it's just a violation of their human rights. Like, you don't just shoot at people. You don't have a right to take a life. It's just not fine. Just not okay. And so that's what has been happening in Nigeria. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching this video. Get back to me in the comment section if you'd like to add on what I've just said. Do that. If you'd like to educate me, I'm all ears. We love to listen to you guys here at Kinganda. We appreciate you, so make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell for notifications, and follow us on all our social media pages, that is Kinganda Nation on Facebook, because we do put some videos there, and Kinganda on Instagram. I'm your host Janita. Till next time,